Combination. Three.
Ryan Garcia, without saying a word or throwing a punch, has sent shockwaves through Rolando Romero ahead of their upcoming fight. His lightning-fast hands and powerful left hook remain intact, but what has truly startled his opponent is his physique. Garcia has returned to the gym, posting footage of a reflex training drill after reuniting with former coach Eddie Reynoso. This reunion comes as a surprise, as Garcia previously split from Reynoso, who also trains Canelo Álvarez, back in 2022. Fans have taken notice of Garcia's imposing
Garcia split with Canelo Álvarez's current trainer Reynoso.
new physique. One observer commented, "Looks like he is about 160 obs right there. Wow." Another referenced his 2023 fight against Gervonta Davies, saying, "Bro looks 160 right now. Should have never accepted that rehydration clause versus Davies." A third fan added, "Ryan looks big as hell." Some are already predicting the outcomes of future matchups, with one fan stating, "Ryan is going to roll Raleigh. No excuses this time. Devin, Haney is next." Another fan noted Garcia's discipline and focus, saying, "He looks determined. If Reynoso can shake him the right way, it's over for Raleigh." In late February, Turki Alalshik announced that Ring Magazine would hold the Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves fight card in Times Square on May 2nd. While details on how the event will be staged in such an iconic New York location remain unclear, the card promises 3 exciting matchups: Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza, Devin Haney versus José Carlos Ramírez, and the main event, Ryan Garcia versus Rolando Romero. This fight marks Garcia's return to the ring after a controversial April 2024 bout against Haney, which he initially won via majority decision. However, the New York State Athletic Commission later ruled the fight a no contest after Garcia failed a performance-enhancing drug test. As a result, he received a 1-year suspension, forfeited his $1.1 million purse, and was fined $10,000. Additionally, Garcia was ineligible to win the WBC super lightweight title in that fight after missing weight by over 3 pounds. Meanwhile, Romero has had an up-and-down record in recent years. He entered his May 2022 fight against Gervonta Davies undefeated at 14-0, but lost via 6th-round TKO. He rebounded in May 2023 with a TKO victory over Ismael Oroso, winning the vacant WBA super lightweight title. However, he lost the belt in an 8th-round TKO defeat to Isaac Pitbull Cruz. In his most recent bout, Romero secured a unanimous decision win over Manuel James in September 2024. When betting odds opened, Garcia was favored over Romero. A victory.
How concerned are you with that left hook that he is so proud of?
Not very concerned at all.
At all?
At all.
You're going to defend it? You're going to stop it? How do you counteract it? How does he not land it?
Could pave the way for Garcia to push for a world title, with major fights on the horizon, including a potential rematch with Davies. Should he win, he could also claim the WBA regular super lightweight title, setting the stage for an eventual move to the 147-pound division. During a recent appearance on the Akin and Barak YouTube channel, Garcia was asked about his earnings for this fight. Teofimo Lopez had previously hinted at a $30 million three-fight deal, and Garcia played along with a game of higher or lower. While he didn't disclose the exact figure, he confirmed he would be earning over $15 million and suggested the final number was around the $20 million mark. Ryan Garcia's earnings for his upcoming fight against Rolando Romero are set to surpass expectations, especially considering it's essentially a tune-up bout. To put it into perspective, TalkSport's Gareth A. Davies recently reported that Chris Eubank Jr.
Muy bien. Mano arriba. Fuera con tu izquierda. Left with your left. Oh, bam, bam, bam. Ahí. Mano arriba.
And Conor Benn will share an £18 million purse for their middleweight non-title fight. Eubank Jr., as the A side, will reportedly pocket £10 million, while Benn will take home £8 million. However, Garcia is expected to earn even more than both of them combined. If his figures are correct, his payday will rival the combined earnings of what...
You said earlier today when you're talking to the Ring Magazine that Ryan Garcia is not chasing championships. He's basically just wants to be a model. What did you mean by that?
Well, he didn't make way for his last world title fight, and he didn't even try to make way with Tank, yeah, you're not chasing a belt.
It's considered the biggest British boxing bout of the year. Garcia has been serving a one-year suspension after testing positive for performance-enhancing substances following his now overturned points victory over Devin Haney. He was initially set to return in an exhibition match in Japan against Rukia Ampo, but later withdrew. Since then, he has signed a lucrative deal with Saudi boxing chief Turki Al-Sheikh and is scheduled to make his comeback in May 2025. His expected opponent is Rolando Romero, and the fight will take place on the same card as his rival Haney. If both fighters secure victories, they are set to face off in a highly anticipated grudge rematch in October. Ryan Garcia was last in action in April 2024 when he faced Devin Haney in a highly anticipated bout. However, the build-up to the fight was overshadowed by concerns over Garcia.
More than 15. Damn. 20 to be the most money you've ever made. What is the money looking like? Mind your business. I'm always gonna bring up money.
I'm just watching what you're saying.
You know what I'll do? I'll hire or lower. I'll do higher.
Okay, so let's say for this particular fight against Rolly, would you be making more than 10 million?
Garcia's behavior, which led to him missing weight and being deemed ineligible to win the WBC super lightweight title. Despite the controversy, Garcia shocked the world with his performance, knocking Haney down multiple times on his way to a points victory. But the drama didn't end there. Garcia later failed a PED test, resulting in the fight being ruled a no contest and earning him a one-year suspension. Now, Garcia is set to make his return in May 2025 against Rolando Romero. Speaking to ring champs with Akin and Barak, he has already named his future targets should he emerge victorious. Teofimo Lopez and...
You're gonna move the knee. You're gonna see there is a method to what he's doing, and I think he's the new guy on the block, but how to promote fights. You know, you should be seeing what he's bringing to the table. He's bringing, Mr. Beast into play. He's bringing KSI, all these guys that are huge names and that are gonna, amplify the promotion. He's gonna.
Jaron boots Ennis. Lopez and Ennis, meanwhile, have their own business to handle. Lopez is set to defend his WBO super lightweight title against Arnold Barbosa Jr. on the same card as Garcia's return, while IBF welterweight champion Ennis will face WBA champion Imonta Stanionis in a unification bout next month. Haney will also return on the same event, taking on José Ramírez. Garcia has acknowledged that a rematch with Haney is inevitable, stating, "I'll beat him again. That's why I did it so easily the first time. We'll fight again. I'm not going to lose. This is something Turkey
Now there's
So if they deny a fight, it ain't about money, for sure.
For this particular fight against Rolly, would you be making more than?
Because he's bringing all the best fights possible. He's making sure that we fight, me and Devin. There's no, if you have an excuses, it's not about money.
It's not about money.
And he's exposing people because it ain't about money when it comes to.
Usually outprice themselves out.
Alashik won it, so it's no problem. The highly anticipated rematch is expected to take place at 147 O's. Former welterweight champion Shawn Porter has already weighed in with his prediction on the Porterweight podcast, fully backing Haney to win this time around. I get annoyed when people say Ryan has Devin's number, Porter said. How? That was one fight, one moment. We know what was involved, but I truly believe Devin Haney beats Ryan Garcia in the rematch. When Devin is focused and firing on all cylinders, he's simply the better boxer. By the time they meet again, it will have been a full year since their infamous first clash in Brooklyn.
For me, it's all about getting in the gym, timing everything. I feel like I have enough time to get it back. Of course, a year and a half layoff sucks. But you know,
early knockout, or you just gonna let it come naturally?
I'm gonna let it come naturally. You know, again, with a power puncher, you can't just force things. You run into a good shot.
A fight that remains one of the most controversial in recent boxing history. Ryan Garcia's promoter, Oscar de la Hoya of Golden Boy Promotions, believes the impact of Garcia's last fight will shape both fighters moving forward. Ryan's confidence is at an all-time high. I think he's ready to fight round 13 with anyone, De La Hoya said on Monday before a press conference for the May 2nd fight card in New York City's Times Square. Garcia will headline the event against former junior welterweight title holder Rolando Romero. Devin Haney, formerly the undisputed lightweight champion and a junior welterweight title holder, will also be making his return. After suffering 3 knockdowns in his controversial no contest against Garcia, Haney is
Cleans up Rolling.
I do
Think he wants to fight? Yeah,
I think for both fighters obviously the common opponent right there. I think that both fighters, obviously Ryan just fought Tank. Yeah. I think he'll be better since fighting Tank.
Set to face former unified 140-pound champion José Ramírez. He's back, and he's back with a vengeance, De La Hoya said of Garcia. He's going to make a huge statement, especially in front of 500,000 people. Garcia, 24-1, was suspended for 1 year by the New York State Athletic Commission after testing positive for the banned performance-enhancing drug Ostarine in 3 separate tests. His majority decision victory over Haney was subsequently overturned. Haney, 31-0, vacated his WBC title after the bout and now faces Ramírez, 29-2, who is coming off a unanimous decision loss in November to Arnold Barbosa Jr. The May 2nd card will also feature Barbosa, who will challenge WBO title holder and lineal champion Teofimo Lopez. De La Hoya previously claimed that Haney's chin had been exposed, and he expects Ramírez to test it. Coming off a devastating loss, it's hard to come back.
I think Rolly became better from fighting Tank. I think that they knew certain mistakes that they made. I think they believed in their game plan. Got us all to believe in their game plan. I think they came to this fight with...
De La Hoya explained. Is your chin going to be the same? Your confidence? Your heart? There's a big difference between taking a knee after a punch and getting hurt, wobbling, and struggling to recover. That kind of damage is hard to come back from. Haney has taken a year off to rest his mind, body, and soul. Maybe he has recovered. But if Ramírez lands a few clean shots, will Haney react differently? That's what makes this fight so...
But took it too far, I guess, for the sake of words. But I think that they'll both be better.
Yeah.
In their fight against one another, I don't know how to...
They're both super raw.
Yeah.
I think Ryan got more talent.
But interesting, because anyone can win. However, if it were up to Devin Haney and his father, Bill Haney, the highly anticipated rematch with Garcia would be happening in May, not October. This is all nonsense, Bill Haney told Boxing Scene on Monday after the second press conference promoting the stacked May 2nd fight card. The show will feature Devin Haney taking on José Ramírez, while Garcia will headline against Rolando Romero. Bill Haney expressed frustration, stating that he had to agree to the interim fight just to secure the rematch with Garcia. Everyone knows the fight people want to see. It's Haney versus Garcia. The fans wanted it now, but Garcia's team said otherwise, Haney said. Ultimately, an agreement was reached, and the highly anticipated Haney-Garcia rematch is now scheduled to take place in October in Saudi Arabia. under the guidance of
and he makes it happen. So it's going to be entertaining. Who knows what's going to happen with Ryan and Rollies? It's going to be a great fight. Rollies, who gets himself into these big fights, right? He talks his way into these big fights. Even when he gets knocked out every time, he talks himself into these big fights.
power broker Turki Al-Sheikh. This was never about a lawsuit. It was about justice and ensuring the fans get a fair fight, Bill Haney said. We hope Ryan Garcia keeps it clean this time so we can have a fair contest. As a condition for their highly anticipated rematch in October, both Haney and Garcia have agreed to comprehensive drug testing by the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, VADA. This agreement follows their controversial first bout on April 20, 2024, where Garcia knocked Haney down 3 times and won via majority decision. However, after Garcia tested positive for a banned performance-enhancing substance, the New York State Athletic Commission overturned the result, ruling the fight a no contest and suspending Garcia for 1 year. Haney also filed a lawsuit against Garcia, but the case was dropped once they agreed to a rematch. We're not scared.
And it's interesting because all these guys are close to the same weight class. Right. Anybody in this card can fight
it's
each
a round
other.
robin. You got Barboza.
Jose Ramirez.
It's going to be, Jose Ramirez with Devin is going to be incredible. I don't know what fight is going to be fight of the night. You have to wait and see.
Scared of him. He was the one who was scared last time. That's why he did what he did, Bill Haney said, referring to Garcia's failed drug tests. While Garcia was forced to take a year off due to suspension, Haney also took a break from the sport, focusing on his personal life. I'm super excited and determined to return, Haney told.
In the round robin, Duran and Hagler and Hearns, and not the same caliber, but same thinking, with rotating all those fights. Think about past champions, past fighters who fought each other and